We did the largest study of millionaires ever done in North America.
I saw that.
And the typical millionaire that we found, 89% of them were first generation, meaning they did not inherit their money. It's not how they became millionaires. So 9 out of 10. That's good news for everybody. We all got a shot.
Right.
And then but the two things that got them there was simply putting money in their 401k and buying a house and paying it off. And so I'd meet a guy, he's 42 and he owes, he had a house of $600,000 or $700,000 and he had like $600,000 or $800,000 in his 401k and he's 42 years old. So he's worth over $1 million and he paid off his house. So home ownership is a key part of the first, $1 to $10 million in net worth that somebody builds. And so, I'm a huge believer in home ownership. Don't do it stupid because buying a house you can't afford makes you broker. That's why they call them brokers. But yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, this is your study right here. How did you come upon these millionaires?
We did a detailed study and sent out not just from us, but we just went to the population and found them. We had a research firm in New York City looking over our shoulder to make sure our research methodology was tight because we knew we'd get a ton of pushback from people who think that America's dead and there's no chance for anybody to win. You can't get up off the bottom. Little man can't get ahead. That whole thing. And so
you're saying that's not true.
The problem is little man gets ahead every day in America. We see it right here. And I've met them for 30, 40 years. Doing this, I run into them, and some of them did it because they did our stuff, but some of them just said, I'm going to live on less than I make. And it was an interesting result.
So these are the top 5 careers of the millionaires that you guys looked at?
Yep.
Engineer,
Well, what we
accountant.
found was what occurred most often.
Okay.
Engineer was number one. The most often occurring among the people we surveyed that were millionaires was engineer. Number 2 was accountant. Number 3 was teacher, which is surprising. Number 3, management, business. Number 5 is attorney. Medical doctor didn't even make top 5. And we always think of doctors and lawyers,
Yeah.
But they're actually number 6, but they're notoriously bad with money. They make a lot of money, but they're like music stars or something. They're notoriously bad with money. And so that was interesting. We couldn't figure out at first what these things had in common because they don't seem to have anything in common. What we finally figured out is all 5 of these are process people. You follow a process, a set of rules, and you learn the rules and you follow the rules. If you're an engineer, there's only one way to build that building and it doesn't fall, right? If you're an accountant, it's not art. You don't get to make up how you do accounting. There's one way to do it. Teachers have a lesson plan they have to follow. Business has always a set of best practices. Attorneys, there's the law,
right?
And you can only conduct yourself in court a certain way, or the judge will smack you backwards, right? And so all of these are process people. So they discovered, because of the way the brain worked that led them into these careers, they discovered the process of living on less than they make, living on a budget, starting to invest, being generous, paying off their house, that kind of stuff, and they followed that process, and that's what got them there. It was not that. The interesting thing is 1/3 of them, 33%, made less than $100,000 a year.
Wow.
They were not making bank. They were not earning their way into it, really.
Yeah, because you would think teachers, you always hear we got to pay these teachers more,
And we do. I mean, that wouldn't be bad at all. But there's the way the teachers' brains work, they do process, and that's the secret sauce. And most of these people, again, these millionaires, and $1 million is not. That's not $1 billion. That's
right.
$1 million. There's a lot of difference. Millionaires don't have jets. Millionaires don't have 7 cars and 4 houses.
No.
They've just got a paid-for house and some money in their retirement. That's what it amounts to. And so people kind of have a different mindset there, and they think, okay, I can't be like this rock star. Well, you might not be. There's not as many billionaires as there are millionaires.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, can it be done? Yes, it can be done. And there's a lot of loud noises out there. I don't know where that comes from. I think it starts with, and one of the reasons I pushed back and did this study, and then we ended up doing a #1 best-selling book on it, Baby Steps to Millionaires, pushing back in the marketplaces against those voices is because it's not true that you can't get ahead.
Right.
And when you convince someone that it's true, you're stealing their hope. And you shouldn't steal people's hope, man. That's evil.